Hey, what's up guys? It's Bye here with another Rise of Kingdoms videos. Have you ever wondered if the Ring of Doom 50% damage increase can work on skill damage as well? So I personally do not trust Lilith's translation, as a lot of times they say, oh, Z Commander can increase all damage, but sometimes it doesn't work on the skill damage. And I personally, I do not own a Ring of Doom, so I do not have information on if the Ring of Doom 50% damage increase can work on both skill damage and normal attack damage or not. So what do I do when I do not have the information? Well, I ask people, right? So today I want to learn more about the Ring of Doom. So I go around, I ask some people here in some group chat, like, oh, anyone with the Ring of Doom, do you know if Ring of Doom can increase skill damage or just normal attack damage? So I got some answer here. Someone saying both. I did a test with Chisgo. And this one, the ring reduced every 5/6 to 7 seconds from 1 minute. So assuming it both in normal damage won't reduce 7 seconds in 1 minute. So I respond, well, do you see the report where the ring kick in before your skill damage? And you see the skill damage increase, right? Because I want to see the report. I don't want to see people just saying, oh, it's working. So I keep asking around. I also ask around in the T Alliance as well, right? So like the same question here. I just copy and paste the question here. Anyone with Ring of Doom, do you know if Ring of Doom can increase skill damage or just normal attack damage? Mimel, increase all damage. So I reply, did you test and see skill damage increase? And like, oh, Chomwatel also say increase damage, but it only increase normal and counter attack damage and not skill damage. Mimel, well, I don't have any report now, but it's on my XY and William. When it procs, the damage is pretty crazy. So some more conversation around, and he did send me 2 reports, which I can actually look at. So this is what I want. I want to look at the actual report to verify the information, guys. Right? Like when people just tell me, oh, it's working, I don't know. I cannot trust the internet here. So let's go and take a look at the report here that Mimel sent us here, right? So let's go to the battle log. So I think in this battle log, so I think in turn 9. Okay, turn 9 is when so turn 7. So we got turn 7 is XY, right? So turn 7 we got XY Warlock Courage kick in. So Warlock Courage kick in here, and the fort losing 34,000. It had 81 unit here. So that is at turn 7, right? And I want to compare turn 7 with turn 13. Yep. So in turn 13 as well, I think 5 turn after, right? Same thing. Sang Yu against Warlock Courage here, right? Casting the Warlock Courage against 33,000 unit loss here for the fort, right? So like going from 34,000 to 33,000, right? So pretty close, right? So this one, 34,881, and the other one is 33,000. So very close. So there is definitely no increase here in terms of the 2 skill, right? So that is one thing you need to keep in mind. So we gotta do a comparison. That is what I'm trying to tell you guys here. So there is no big difference between turn 7 and turn 11, right? So 5 turn, 6 turn after, right? Turn 7 to turn 13, which is 6 turn after. There is not much big change in terms of like damage on the skill. Okay, so for turn 9. Turn 9 is when we got Ring of Doom active here, right? So we got an all damage 50% increase here from the Ring of Doom. Here you go. So Ring of Doom equipment, if I kick in here, we got a 50% damage increase. It can show right here on the left side as well that right now it's getting a 50% damage increase. And here we are seeing Dragon Rider. So Dragon Rider skill kick in here from Chow Chow, right? So now Dragon Rider can inflict 44,466 unit here, right? So very high number here for Dragon Rider. And we're going to compare the skill damage from Dragon Rider in turn 9 with the skill damage from Dragon Rider in turn 15. So in turn 15, Dragon Rider also kick in again, but this time there is no 50% damage buff from the Ring of Doom, and this time the Dragon Rider only inflict 33,580 unit here. So like a drastic decrease in terms of like severe unit right there for the fort. So that's like a 10,000 damage decrease right there. And from this report, I can definitely tell that there is like the 50% damage increase definitely work for the skill damage as well from the Ring of Doom, which is a very nice effects. So from the report, I can definitely verify that the Ring of Doom is working, right? So this is very nice. So Ring of Doom is a very nice item, and from the report, I can also tell that which item you think is gonna work best with the Ring of Doom, right? So because the Ring of Doom can also work for the skill damage, right? So you want somehow to get the Ring of Doom kick in before you casting your skill damage, because the Ring of Doom only have 10% chance to trigger, right? So Ring of Doom normal attack have a 10% chance to increase damage by 50% for 2 seconds and can trigger up to 1 time in 5 seconds here. So what can you do? What can you do so that you can increase your chance of like activating the Ring of Doom before you casting your skill? What can you do? One thing you can do is that you can use the Horn of Fury. So let's see here. I think Mimel also using the Horn of Fury as well. And I think that's the reason why he can cast the skill very fast. He casts the skill at turn 7. So why does the Horn of Fury can help the Ring of Doom? Why? Because Horn of Fury is going to help you being able to cast your skill more frequently. So instead of you casting your skill every 8 seconds, now you are casting your skill every 7 seconds, right? So there is a higher chance of your Ring of Doom can kick in before you casting your skill. And if you can make that, if you can increase the chance of like getting the Ring of Doom activated right before you casting your active skill, you're going to be able to increase your DPS by a lot more, right? Because the Ring of Doom can work on the skill damage. But one thing is that the Ring of Doom does not work on both skill damage, right? So let's say if you have two commanders that can deal both deal skill damage, the Ring of Doom only work for 2 seconds. So it can only work for one commander only. So only one commander can be benefit from the skill damage. So that is another thing you need to keep in mind as well. And so far, right, as of right now, the Ring of Doom is looking pretty solid, right? 50% damage increase, and it can also work on the skill damage. Another thing you need to keep in mind is that the damage increase, it's not exactly like 50%, right? So if you're looking at turn 9 here, turn 9, I am dealing 44,000 damage here in turn 9, right? And in turn 15, I am dealing 33,000. So like a 10,000 damage increase there from like 33,000, right? So that is about, I would say about 33%, 25 to 33% there. 25 to 33% damage increase there for the skill damage, which is still pretty nice. Not exactly 50%. I think 50% is gonna be like the based of the original damage. Because if you're using some of the commander, right, you do have some of the talent tree does give you like a base skill damage increase. Like for example, I think for Gwen, I think if you going with the skill talent tree, right, there is some. Okay, so after the primary commander use the skill, active skill damage of the secondary commander increase by 6%. So this is like an active skill. So this is not permanent. I think they're like a permanent skill that can give you more skill damage, you know. Okay, this one right here, right, dealing 3 more percent increase in skill damage right here. Not in the infantry. This one take 6% less skill damage. Is there another one that can increase more skill damage here from the talent tree? Maybe not. Maybe not. But that is something you need to keep in mind when you're looking at the report as well, right? So that is about, like, I would say about 30%. 30% overall, right? 30% overall increase in the skill damage, which is still very, very impressive. Very, very nice, right? The Ring of Doom is a very, very strong offensive item, right? And I definitely think the best pair for the Ring of Doom is definitely the Corner Fury. If you have two commanders that have a very, very high attack with very, very high skill damage, Ring of Doom and the Horn of Fury can work really, really well, right? So this is something I did my research on today. So I just want to share with you guys. Thanks for watching the video, guys.